Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are making a spidersona.
That's right. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Two Guys, One Canvas, where we draw on one shared canvas. If you haven't seen the other previous episodes, go ahead and check those out. Today, we're going to be trying to work with a time limit because we know that it seems like people enjoy the shorter form content. So, we're going to try to make this spidersona as quickly as we can. So, let's start. I say we put some, let's see.
What kind of pose are we hitting? I'm thinking the kind of bent legs, like crouch down pose.
You want the crouch down pose? Uh, we could do that. Should we do like one leg? Oh yeah, I was thinking that or swing pose. So I was thinking like let me see. Yeah, either bent legs or like in the swing, you know? Like maybe hands up holding onto the swinging
Here,
part.
I'll do the legs. You can do the arms and head,
Yeah.
to keep it even.
Right. Look at
Some little spider booty cheeks.
some
Our spidersona is caked up.
Oh yeah. And then we'll decide as we go. Trying to see what kind of.
What colors does this spidersona have?
I say like teal orange maybe.
I can work with that.
Yeah, maybe teal orange.
Let's see, bigger brush. Oh, that's still black.
How would the head be here maybe? Yeah, the I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, or a lot of people have. But we wanted to jump on the Spider-Man train with the new Spider Verse.
Spider Verse hotness.
Yeah, honestly, think it's one of the sweetest animations made in a long time.
Um, I had a vision in my brain for a spider sona with like fur trim,
Okay, can do that. Trying to
the like
think.
Russian Ukrainian spider sona.
Oh, okay, we could do the Russian one. I don't think there was a.
Is it cool to be Russian anymore?
I don't.
Like, is that acceptable?
Well, I don't think we should make him Russian and Ukrainian. Maybe Russian or Ukrainian. But I don't think anyone. I
The
think
Czechoslovakian spider sona,
I don't. Is that one around anymore? I'm not. Fuck. I don't remember. I don't think
the
so.
Czech Republic spider sona.
Uh, maybe we should. I was thinking. Let's see. How should the arms go? Should they go behind or? I know. We'll do the classic like hands on the ground pose. I don't think anybody. I think people are more mad at the government and Putin. I'm pretty sure the. Uh,
And not all Russians in general.
yeah, because but so these, yeah, because for a while they were. I mean, one of the. I think there was this boxer who beat Canelo couldn't even get paid for a bit, like because of some kind of uh like he like was owed like $5 million for the Canelo fight or whatever, but because of the whole war, he because he's Russian or whatever, like they weren't paying out, like they didn't want to give money to Russian accounts or something. Like, I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm not gonna don't quote me, probably wrong, but it was something to do with him being having like a being Russian. So I'm pretty sure his bank account is Russian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and they were like, "No, we're
Yeah,
not
I
doing
guess if the
any."
bank has it, the government has it.
Yeah, the bank was like, "No, we're not paying Russians or whatever." I don't know, but he beat the shit out of Canelo, and I was like, "Come on, give the man his money. He's not. He's like a professional boxer. He's obviously not part of the war. He never went out. He was never like the war is great or whatever. You know what I mean? He doesn't. He never endorsed it or anything."
Here, this is a Ukrainian Spider-Man.
Okay. I don't know a lot about Ukraine, but I'm guessing it's cold there, right? So, oh, maybe he should be wearing Adidas. Maybe his instead of a spider suit, he's wearing Adidas sweatpants.
Is a Adidas Ukrainian?
I don't know. No, but I'm just going with the class. I think it's they wear jumpsuits a lot. Classic Slav.
Classic.
I think it's just a stereotype. No, I don't think Adidas is Ukrainian. Maybe it is. I actually don't fucking know. And then the other
I think they're
hand.
like German or something.
Okay. Maybe the other hand can be doing like let me see. I'm trying to think if the other hand should be out or also down there. Like crouch all the weight on this one, and then maybe this one's
Let's see, I wanted fur on the gloves too. Kind of like.
okay. Maybe I'll just put the hand kind of laying. Actually, is this
And
a
I'm
tight
thinking
Spider-Man suit or a more loose, like Miles Morales wearing a leather jacket spider suit?
Well, right now we've got the tight suit. We could put clothes over it.
Okay, well I'm just trying to figure out how to design this arm here. Okay, well I'll just kind of put the other arm in here.
I'm thinking fuzzy hat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was. When you said like Ukrainian, I was thinking like the fuzzy hat they wear. Or should we give him the afro from Dagestan? That might actually be kind of hard. Should this be Dagestani Spider-Man? I guess his colors are already Ukraine. Maybe this is Ukraine Spider-Man that loves Dagestan and Habib.
This is the Habib Spidersona.
I could definitely see like if superheroes were real, I could see like Habib's dad like being like in the backstory of the Dagestani Spider-Man, he would like train.
He's the Uncle Ben.
He would train. Yeah, he'd be like the one who trained the Spider-Man to fight. Because have you noticed how they can all just kind of like when they become Spider-Man? Like, I get that they become strong, but there's like never, or maybe there is in the comics, but there's never usually an explanation on why they suddenly just know like sick kickboxing kicks. You know what I mean?
It's the super senses and the I don't know, insane levels of agility.
I get that you would get agility and stronger, but I don't think you would just know how to do like a perfect spinning heel kick form like they know immediately. You know what I mean? I feel like you would just do like a dumb person's. You would just do like a layman's kick, but it would be strong as hell, so it would still work. You know what I mean? Because you're Spider-Man and you're fast as dick.
Yeah, I don't know. They just become graceful and elegant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just feel like that's kind of a cop out. Like they need like Batman, had to go train in the goddamn pit to learn how to fight, and Spider-Man just kind of knows how to do spinning kicks without ever working for it. I get that part of being the superhero is that, like that suddenly you are spectacular when you were not. But it'd be cool if there was like if in the backstory, like maybe he already does kickboxing or something, and then suddenly his like instincts are crazy, so his form just goes like, I just like the explanation for it. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm the only one who cares about that garbage, so that's why it's not in there.
Oh, whoops, wrong layer.
And we've been waiting for it. If anyone watches this, we are waiting for your suggestions. Anything you want us to draw, we will draw. If somebody gives us something to draw, we'll do it.
Hit us up.
We don't want to do like free portraits of your dog or whatever, though. I guess we'll do it. Honestly, if you're the first one, we'll do whatever. The first one gets a pass. We have talked about this before, though. We will not draw big-breasted women with bimbo bread.
Absolutely not. We will draw big titty Putin, though.
We will draw, yeah. If big titty Putin is requested, or big titty senile Biden is requested, or really big titty senile any candidate we have in the U.S., they just like to throw those
Big
at us.
Titty DeSantis.
Yeah, big titty DeSantis. Yeah, that guy is not even old, so he doesn't even have an excuse for being like that. We won't. This isn't two guys, one political corner, though, so we'll chill on that.
Big titty Andrew Tate.
Big titty Andrew Tate. Should we? Oh, we could do it. Yeah, if we'll do whatever. Anybody who's out there that you guys think is worth drawing, I would like
in
to.
Need of a big titty nation.
You know who I think would appreciate the big titty thing? Is if we should draw some comedians with big titties. Like we should do. I would love to do a Stavros like fan art where we just draw him a bunch of different ways. That's my favorite comedian. Then we could do one of your favorite comedians, John.
Big titty John Mulaney.
Yeah, big titty John Mulaney. Fuck yeah.
Have you seen his new specials where he's talking about being on cocaine and shit?
I haven't seen the new one yet. Is it on YouTube?
It's on Netflix, I think.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I was excited because I have seen. I think he went on Stavros' podcast. I'm pretty sure he did. What was he talking about? Was he drinking gin and cocaine like the pirates and the fucking
yeah, apparently he was rocking that cocaina.
I heard that like I don't partake in that shit, but I heard that well, I guess he needs some more like I guess I don't know a lot of things about Ukraine. Let me look up some Ukrainian outfits because I want to have some like elements from there, you know what I mean?
Ukrainian reference.
Yeah, I want to have some do them Ukraine people right.
Yeah, I don't know if just making it the colors of the flag is enough.
I don't. There's a lot of these traditional red things, but I don't know if this is like. Let me see. Oh, let's give him kind of. Let's give him a red sash. There's a lot of red sashed, like traditional outfits that I'm seeing. They kind of look like sick pirates. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I wonder what the red sash symbolizes. Yeah, the traditional Ukrainian outfits is what I'm looking at, and they all look like dope pirates. He needs tassels.
Everybody loves a red scarf.
His hat needs a tassel. I'll add that because they have like these. They're like red and have a yellow tassel. They kind of have hang to them.
Is it a scarf or is it like a sash, like a belt?
No, it's a sash like a belt. But I think this works maybe because sometimes they have one.
He can wear both.
Yeah, he can wear both. They have very ornate shirts. But since we already did, and yeah, let's do that, and then give it a little bit, and then it has this. Some of the ones I'm looking at have these cool yellow tassels, so I'll add a little yellow tassel there. Yeah, little line. Yeah, if you want to see us draw, your favorite comedian with big old titties, if they don't have any already, we can do that. And if they have big old titties already, and you want us to draw them with, with
completely flat.
Yeah, we can call them flat. We can give them big old penises, like whatever,
Big titty Bert Kreischer.
All in big fun. Yeah, we can give Bert Kreischer some big old titties. Yeah, I'm down with that. I've heard a lot about. I haven't been obviously, but I heard a lot about that. I guess I don't know a lot about the comedy world, but I guess the mothership thing that Joe Rogan started is like the new comedy store.
I know that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to make the new like place where you can be an up and coming guy.
I heard he's done it, and Like from what I hear from the comedians is that he's paying so much that he's paying so well that like the guy running it was like that I like he's not trying. His goal is he's rich as hell. His goal is not to make a profit, but to help comedy. You know what I mean? He like wants to like create a place for the comedians to to have like good income, and so he's trying to support comedy because I feel like comedy gets some of the best comedians like fucking Stavros or like even Bert or whatever, like a lot of those guys start I haven't watched too much of Bert, but I saw him on Stavros' podcast also, and I saw him on a different podcast, and he was really funny on there. But they a lot of them like start off in these like, which is fine. It's like a rite of passage for them. They start out in these like clubs that are basically a hallway, and there's like 6 people, and they're like getting paid like literally nothing or like pennies, or they get like free drinks at the bar, and that's how they get paid. So Joe's trying to like, when there's like he's trying to make us. What's really sad that I heard that Brendan Schaub has not been invited once to the mothership. I was that guy just keeps making his life worse. Like he had it's because I was watching a good video on it, and he's just like the kind of he's just always had like a boost in everything he does, and I feel like that's not let him kind of make his own thing, because I don't think he was a horrible. I don't know, some of the stuff on his old shows, he wasn't like, I don't know, he keeps getting worse for him.
It's rough out there for a pimp.
Yeah, when like the other comedians refer to your like special as like the worst one ever, that's tough, bro. I think you should have like I'm gonna make some little like flower patterns on his pants, because they seem to have like this it seems to be a theme in these traditional outfits, at least. They have like these like plants and stuff like embroidered into the clothing. It's very pretty. The Ukrainian traditional fashion is reminding me a lot of the Mexican traditional fashion, with all these like embroidered floral patterns, and like it's very similar. I wonder if it had any I don't know the history of it, so I don't know if there's a Ukrainian population in Mexico, because surprisingly there's a German population in Mexico. And
yeah, they all escaped South America and shit.
Yeah. And some of them ended up being like, instead of just staying in South America, went higher up and went to Mexico. Yeah, and also what you'd be surprised is like in Mexico when you go, there's a lot of Chinese restaurants ran by Chinese people. Like there's like a ton of there's a surprisingly big Chinese population out there, and a lot of them are in the food. A lot of the ones that I've met over there are in at least in Sonora. A lot of Chinese families that are in the food game over there, in the restaurant business.
Gotta represent.
You sound like an asshole. A food game, fucking dumbass. Sorry, I'm getting used to the podcasting stuff. It's hard being fucking like. I think we do pretty good at just being fucking ourselves on here. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. But yeah, I think that's kind of what we're going for. I'm not trying to make like a character on here. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to go away from the typical like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" thing. Nothing wrong with that. It feels unnatural for me.
We're just trying to make some goofy drawings.
Yeah.
And have some laughs.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, we want to make some vulgar ass shit. Like right before this, we were drawing like Spider-Man with huge balls and average dick, and then John was doing Spider-Man with huge dick and then small balls. So we do very very deep thought analysis art like that.
There were some real treasures of like warm-up drawings that were lost because this program can't undo very far.
Yeah, those were lost in the great undoing.
The great undoing.
This Spider-Man's kind of hard. I already like him. I
Oh
think.
yeah, he goes hard.
Do you
He goes
think?
hard as fuck.
Do you think we should give him some like? Let me look at winter clothing. Do you think I'm gonna look up Ukrainian jewelry, see if that's a thing?
A little bit of bling.
Yeah, I liked. There's Indian Spider-Man in the new one. I don't know if I know you haven't seen it yet, but I dug his bling. He had like gold bangles over his suit, and I thought that was really that it was fucking. I thought it looked badass. And he was like effortlessly handsome. It was so funny. Spoiler alert. It's not a really big spoiler. I'm just talking a little bit about Indian Spider-Man, but he's got like perfect hair. And then the guy's like, I bet you don't even do anything, do you? And he's like, no, just a little bit of coconut oil and genetics. And his hair is like perfectly beautiful all the time. And he's got a hot, classy girlfriend. He's just Indian Spider-Man is basically just got like is like the Spider-Man life on easy. I feel like we have a lot going on, but there's some cool like beads and stuff. Nothing really that I see that. Yeah, all right. We'll just go with the Ukrainian. Let me look at their modern fashion, see what's up. No, it's kind of similar to the. Oh, good thing I see. There's a guy who is wearing the Ukrainian colors, so we did well. A lot of them are wearing kind of robes. Maybe we should give him like a cape robe, but then it'd be kind of busy. No, I like it.
He's already got the
He's got a lot of
the
things.
Spawn scarf going on.
Yeah, he's got the scarf going on. Oh, let me add some more.
Oh, let me make this a multiply layer. That's why it's off. There we go.
Sometimes our audio has been. Hopefully the audio is. I think the audio is pretty good for our podcast usually.
Flawless. There is absolutely nothing that could be improved.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing.
We have nothing to learn,
Yeah.
only things to gain.
Yeah, I think if anything, we need to start getting our. When's our Disney contract coming through? When are we gonna become Phase Bry Paints and Phase 400K? We're ready.
No, I'm joining TSM.
Aren't they dead?
Maybe. Let's see. If I could, which like game clan would I join? Get me on Mr. Beast's crew.
Good job, Mr. Beast.
Get me on that $1 billion yacht.
Who would I? Honestly, I love. Who would I join if I could? I would love to be the. I don't know what would I join? I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, so would love to be the fifth member of the Yard, but I don't think I have the connection that they all do. They've all been friends for a long time, so it wouldn't work. Who else? If it was other content, I'd love to join fucking Cold Ones. That'd be badass. Those motherfuckers are funny.
Get me on Critical Role.
Oh, that would be badass. I'd love D&D. If you maybe we'll do a. Oh, that'd be fun. Maybe we'll do a D&D game where we draw the enemies while we play. So we'll like make up maybe we'll make up our own enemies to fight. I'm looking at a reference here for this. It looks like it's referencing the Spectacular Spider-Man series. But I thought maybe it'd be cool if we had a little background, maybe make him on top of the train or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
I just want to shout out to the references. I'm big on the references. I like to draw from imagination too, but I don't want anybody to cancel my ass and be like, he took that from Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't think our 5 viewers are canceling us. Yeah, let us know. I feel like there's a little bit of try not to have dead air and shit here, but it's very distracting drawing. What are you thinking with that one, John? I'll help you out. Let's make it.
Spider-Man's biggest fan.
That's Spider-Man's biggest fan and Spider-Man's greatest detractor. Train Karen. Get off the train. Pitchfork in hand.
Oh wait, maybe this is Spider-Man's girlfriend?
He's got a girlfriend.
Hold on, let me... Here we go.
Let me draw some buildings. I love drawing backgrounds and buildings. A really, I guess, nerdy thing a bit is, oh my god, it's so nerdy, quirky.
So quirky.
A cool thing I liked with perspective is, perspective is like one point, like a vanishing point or whatever. Is that it's not just a concept in art, but it's a concept in math, where like a vanishing point in math is called a point at infinity, and I think that's really hard. I think that's pretty badass, and it kind of relates to. We've always been told you can't divide by 0 or whatever. That's bullshit. You actually can divide by 0, and there's a really cool website if you're into math and stuff about that. I think it's called dividebyzero.com or something.
If you've got balls, you can divide by 0.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it ends up it's kind of fucking. I think it's kind of interesting. I like learning about stuff like that because we're always told like, oh, you can't do this thing, but it's just like they just thought we were too dumb to teach it to us, I guess. Maybe they didn't know either. I feel like if I was a stressed out teacher, I wouldn't be worrying about teaching the kids advanced math or whatever. I'd be worried about like, will all the kids pass the class?
About dividing by 0.
Yeah, like, which makes sense, I get why they didn't do it. Like, it's not like they have to make sure that the kids know how to like create paragraphs first before they learn how to fucking divide by 0. Super spicy topics over here. got into math.
I'm not sure my background matches the perspective of your background.
Why? It doesn't? No, I think it's fine. The street light? No, I think it's passive. Whoa, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine.
What about the school bus?
There's a school bus?
The school bus underneath girlfriend Sean.
Oh, there's a school bus. I didn't even see it. Let me zoom out. Oh, I see. No, it's running the same direction. I just think, yeah, it's going the same direction, so I think that's good enough. We don't have to do perfect fucking perspective for this like silly doodle. First of all, I'm not capable of perfect perspective, but it is one of the things that I do a lot. I've been doing a lot of perspective art a lot, and my Twitter moots seem to like it. My mutuals on Twitter or whatever. They seem to like when I do the perspective art. I find like a lot of artists a lot of my mutuals I think are like, we're like similar skill level, and they'll tell me things like, oh, I don't think I could do that perspective or whatever yet, and I don't think that's true. I just think you gotta try. It's good to challenge yourself with what you're doing, like try stuff that you think is too hard for you, and I think a lot of them would surprise themselves. I think they could do it.
Yeah, and a nice background adds a whole lot to a drawing.
It's just a good skill to throw in your toolbox too, you know what I mean? Like you want to be able to like make some backgrounds and stuff. Be able to, yeah, like you said, it's just another good tool. It really does add a lot to the drawing. Gives it a place, like gives it some story without having to say anything or write any words down or anything. I think if any of you watched or read Bakuman, I thought that was a really good. There was like an episode where the guy who's like super good at drawing. There's like a young prodigy guy who draws manga, and the guy who was like super good at manga he made a whole chapter with no words in it, where he told the story only through the pictures. And I thought that was a really interesting idea, because like, yeah, if your illustration is strong enough, you can definitely do that. You could like tell the whole story only with the images.
How much further are we looking to take this?
I think we just. I don't know how. Maybe we should. I think we did this one pretty quick. I say we do another one. Let's see where we. What do you think?
A second spidersona?
Which one?
A second spidersona?
Yeah, maybe we should do a second spidersona, or maybe we do a. I think Gwen is just a really good character. Maybe we do a Gwen fan art. Yeah, I think if it's too long, I can break it up into 2 episodes. Let us know what you think about the episodes. Let us know if we're just any tips you have for us. We critique is always welcome here.
Just please don't tease me, please.
Just don't say anything mean about my art, or I'll cry. If you want to see me cry, you gotta go to the Patreon though. That's not free. We actually do have a Patreon, but I haven't set it up, so I'm not gonna start asking y'all to join. I have it set up, but there's nothing on there right now. We're gonna start making extra episodes on the Patreon. Is where I think we'll make our where we're gonna have our more lewd episodes where we can really go kind of fucking buck wild on that shit.
Where we can show feet.
Yeah, we can show feet. We just want to have fun with it, you know. We do a lot of safe, we don't do a lot of not safe for work art on our like so on our Twitters and stuff, our Twitter accounts and whatever, and YouTube Shorts. So it's just a play. We just want to have some fucking silly art sometimes, but I don't think it's content friendly. We'll probably get taken down if we. I heard somebody I was watching said their like video got taken down for like extreme profanity, and all they said was like, I don't remember what they said, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like they were throwing out like slurs or something. They were like, I think they just said some, I don't remember, some bad word. I don't remember what it was now, but it was like not. I was like, what the hell, really? Okay. Maybe a little blue sky in the background. That'll give it a little something. Here on the Two Guys One Canvas podcast, we have to put some stank on it. Hopefully there's none of you who clicked are disappointed that this is not what you expected when you read that title. We unfortunately do not plan on launching an OnlyFans. Unless the people's demand is high.
Just drawing a Spider-Gwen swinging over here.
Nice. Yeah, I think Gwen is such a cute design, like a cute character was designed. She was designed really well. The whole team, like, I like have I'm really inspired by the pretty much everyone who worked on the Spider-Verse. I think they're making some badass things. Yeah, they're killing it. Like, they're really changing the. I feel like they're not just making everything look like. I saw somebody did a good video about it. They're not just making everything look like Pixar. Like, they're doing their own thing. Like, the backgrounds in the new one were beautifully loose and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I think it's sick when they, just change it up a bit. Like, everything doesn't have to be super well rendered or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to, like, it is still well rendered, but it's not like hyper realistic rendering or whatever. Sort of like in Toy Story or whatever, in the newer ones where everything's like super well rendered. It looks really good, but I like that they kind of went with their own thing and made it different.
Yeah, we don't need to see every individual pore on Mario's face.
Yeah, exactly. We want, sometimes we want something different. Like, we get they can do. I think it's what they did is really cool because I'm not a huge fan of 3D. Like, it's great in video games and stuff, but it's not my favorite in animation. But Spider-Verse changed that for me. It made me it made me appreciate 3D a lot more. It's not my like for animation. The way they did it is honestly beautiful. Like the amount of like 3-point perspective in that thing is insane. Like there's all these scenes, might even be 4-point. There's all these scenes where they start like where Spider-Man is like following like down through cityscapes, and they're drawing it so perfectly from every angle, but it's still beautifully loose, like the way they paint it. And just the color, whoever the colorist for the movie is, absolutely what a beast. Like their color choice, whoever the colorist or color designer, I forget what it's called, color director. I think it's called different things depending on. I've heard it called different things. I think it's the colorist. Yeah, whoever did the color for it, like, that was amazing. I think Pascal Studios is one of the ones who worked on it, and I can't remember the other big studio. A lot of Spider-Man talk for me. I'm sorry. The movie got me fucking hyped. It was just such a good movie.
We are doing spidersonas.
Yeah, true. This is the time.
Get it out of your system now.
Yeah, I guess I'm just used to us, talking about important things like putting titties on political figures and. God, I don't want to make this like a fucking boys like I want this to be more accessible. We're gonna talk about other things. Let's talk about Harry Styles, so that we can get some
putting big titties on Harry Styles.
Did you guys see when Tom Holland did that umbrella dance in the in the fucking like he was wearing like tight outfits. He did kind of like a drag thing, and he did it in front of the I don't remember if he's dating her or not. He did it in front of that Zendaya girl, and he did like it was on some show, and he did like a dance and drag he did like a choreographed dance with a bunch of really good dancers, and it was really good. Like I was surprised. I didn't know he was that, like, I don't know, maybe he picked it up recently, but he was killing it along with the dancers, who I'm sure are like career dancers, you know what I mean? Like he was fucking killing it. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, yeah, look up Tom Holland Umbrella. I think it was worth watching. Let's talk about our how do we get I'm not even joking. I don't want our audience. I'm trying to make this more fun for everyone. I'd like to have a split audience instead of just having fucking 85% male audience.
Well, that's just the amount of YouTube users. YouTube is like 85% men to begin with.
I've heard of a lot of, yeah, that's true, but we got to hit those, we're trying to get those Saikuno numbers where we're like 65% female audience. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't really matter to us who watches. We should appreciate all of you watching. I'm just fucking joking. But yeah, I don't want to make it like trying to fight the urge to make it a boys podcast and not just fucking talk about like balls and titties all the time. I actually don't know anything about Harry Styles, so that it wouldn't be able to. I know who he is. He was in One Direction, right? And then he made his own thing, and he like did better than they did.
I listened to like one Harry Styles song.
Okay.
It was in like the trending thing on Spotify. It was all right.
Okay, I would listen. I just don't know about him. You know what I mean? I know there was Taylor Swift drama with her man. People were mad at her man for. I think he went on Cumtown, which is Stavros' old. That's Stavros' old podcast. My favorite comedian, but I think I think it's called something else now. But the guy who was on Cumtown with him, made that like continued the podcast or whatever.
How are you liking this quick Spider-Gwen?
I think it's really cute. Yeah, it came out really good actually. I like that she's like the hanging off the side.
Yeah, Ukrainian Spider-Man. He's riding the train. She's swinging along.
Yeah, he probably needs a little shadow or something. Let me see. We'll say the lights. We'll put it under him.
I do wish we had the like full set of tools from using like Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah, then we could make it a little. I guess we could. We could just. I don't know how we do shared canvas on. That'd be sick if we could do shared canvas in Clip Studio. Should I make software for it? I don't know if Clip
Yeah,
Studio
just go ahead
has.
and invent that for me real quick.
I can do it with Python. Like it's not impossible. Maybe. I'm not gonna say that actually. I don't know if I can do it. I think I could do it, but I don't even know. Like, I'd have to look into Clip Studio and see if there's some kind of like. There might be some. Maybe somebody already made a fucking like API that does that. Don't know. We'd have to look into it. I'm kind of I'm a really shitty programmer, but I do know how to do it sometimes. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna just make it real quick, and then I'll also make. It's funny whenever you like. Somebody. Oh, recently I was asked to do a. Recently I was. I don't know if you guys have heard of. There's this brand of tortillas that's very popular in the mid called Brian tortillas, and they're very tasty. And I always thought that the guy on it like was the owner. There's like this kid's face on it, and I was like, wow, that guy's so smart. He started like a giant tortilla thing. But I found out recently that he's like the nephew of like the uncle or something something like that, who owned it, and I guess he passed away. And I was somebody wanted to commission me to do a portrait of him for the uncle in traditional. So I might, just sharing that might do that soon. Showing love to the tortilla community,
That's sick.
Which is sick. I used to do, strangely enough, just sharing some random stuff to clear this dead air. I used to do a lot of memorial portraits. And I stopped for a bit because it's hard when you get like known as the guy who, it's hard when you get stuck as like a guy who does one thing, you know what I mean? Like I was getting so many orders for memorial portraits that it was not letting me work on like digital or animation or like just other styles of even traditional art that I wanted to do. So it's hard because it's like it's an honor to draw stuff like that, but because that means that they trust you enough to make a memorial picture of somebody they loved, but it can be really depressing. Like the last one I did, I think is why I decided to stop, was I won't share too much about him because I don't want his personal information out there, but it was a young man who passed away, and it just kind of got me down, honestly. Didn't I don't know. It just wasn't.
Bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it was a big bummer for me. It just didn't, like, even when painting him, I felt really wanted to make it good. So I had to, and it really wanted to make it good, but it was it was kind of depressing. So I stopped doing that for a little bit. But I think I'll probably will take this one. Might as well. I like the story behind it. Those are the tortillas that I eat. If I'm not mistaken, those tortillas have been to space, I think.
It's one small step for tortilla kind.
Yeah. I'm going to go on a rant here, but I do think that Sonora perfected some of the Mexican food that everybody loves. A lot of the really good Mexican food that's all over the world, or like imitated because it's not done well in a lot of the world. Like my friend lives in Scotland, and the Mexican food is ass over there. So, like he's like a white guy who grew up in where I did in Arizona, and he like bought a tortilla press and learned how to make like some simple tortillas at home. And I joked with him, but it's true, like because he actually has tasted the food here, and he like he knows some of the cooking secrets. It's not really a secret, but he knows some of the cooking secrets from growing up with me, who's Mexican and stuff. And I told him, I was like, how does it feel to be the, and he picked up a lot from himself. I don't think I really showed him anything. He just looked up stuff. There's a lot of good videos now. But he got really good at making tortillas, and I joke with him. I was like, how does it feel being the best the greatest tortilla, the greatest Mexican chef in Scotland. Because he honestly, I think he is, like, which is it's silly, but he's the only one who's got. There's very few people in Scotland who've gotten the, who've gotten to taste the authentic, Mexican food. Like he was in our city, which I won't say in case.
He's got primary source knowledge, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's got this primary source knowledge, and he was yeah, exactly. He's here. He's got the primary source knowledge. Sorry, my brain isn't working. I'm trying to make sure these audio levels are good. He actually knows what good food tastes like, and it's just really funny that my friend, who's a white American from fucking the Midwest, is the best at making tortillas in Scotland. Not high. There's not a lot of competition, but but I think his tortillas looked really good. I'm excited to go out there and visit.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Yeah.
Scotland's cool. You can find some like fantasy dwarves and shit.
Yeah, find some dwarves which are native there, and everyone knows dwarves are there. Yeah.
And you can like go get abducted by witches and like get lost in a fairy circle or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I plan on doing all that, so.
Well, I think I'm done with my Spider Gwen over here.
Nice. Maybe we should add a little bit of lighting with the. Oh, I didn't color the train. I was distracted. I was making sure all the. Yeah, these things. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm running all the audio and video recording stuff, so I end up going a bit slower than usual in here. A lot. It does slow me down quite a bit. But it's all right. My boy takes care of that. Yeah, we'll have the editing boy fix it. Editor, if you could put a dancing Spider-Man animation in here right now, and no, you're not getting paid. God, these fucking editors always wanting money and shit. We don't have an editor. I am the editing boy. We don't have enough cash.
Speaking to future Brian.
Yeah, we don't have enough cash to right now to hire to get a boy for everything, but eventually we'll make enough money that we can hire out all the work. Eventually we won't be drawing, we'll just be doing commentary, and we'll have our
our Korean drawing slaves.
Yeah, yeah, we're willing to have drawing slaves from anywhere. Anywhere where it's
only
cheap.
The finest South Korean or Japanese drawing slaves.
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, we're only accepting applications for low wage artists. Oh wait, I don't want to go over the train lines. Whatever. I'll just color the back train, or I'll make a wash. There we go. I say we add a little lighting with a multiply layer. If you guys haven't, or not a multiply, with an overlay. If you guys like to draw and stuff, and you haven't played around with the overlay, you can like do a drawing in entirely like grayscale if you want, and then you can color it with the overlay after. You don't even have to like worry about the color initially. It's a really fun tool to play with.
How much time are we at?
Right now we are at 49 minutes. And I think we finished before. We were just kind of adding more. We finished Ukrainian Spider-Man at around 15 or 20 minutes. We just kept adding backgrounds and whatnot. I think it looks pretty sick though. I like this. It's a quick one. We would definitely if you want to see some of our more complete art, go ahead and please check out any of our socials above. Anywhere, if you want to see our Twitter, Instagram, I'm at Bright Paints on everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Just a little shameless plug there.
Yeah, on Twitter I am 400_K, Kay. And then on Insta, I'm 400K underscore illustrations.
Yeah, go check out my boy at 400K. He's got some sick art on there. He's got some really good OCs that I've been enjoying lately. I've been working on a drawing challenge. We're both kind of partaking in it, where we're working on something or drawing something every day. We've been doing that for a while. Right now
I'm up to 60.
yeah, I'm
Today
at
is 61.
today is 50 for me, I believe. Today I hit the big 5-0, and I think we've been pretty consistent. I think yeah, we've been very consistent. I mean, we've been doing it every day, so we are consistent. But it's really fun, and it makes you. It's faster than I'm used to. I like doing. I prefer, working out a drawing and making it complete. But this is getting me out of my comfort zone of spending less time. Completing each one a day. It's making my 1 day drawings better and better, which is just the goal is just to make my illustration a lot stronger. And I guess the secondary goal lately is learn digital. I've been really inspired by Ian. I can't remember how to say his last name. I believe it's Ian McKay, and really good artist. Been really inspired by his concept art. He does a lot of really cool, like, floating, rusty boat cities and stuff. And yeah, I've been watching him, Craig Mullen stuff, and just really inspired by that kind of I guess concept artist work lately. And it made me want to relearn pick up digital. So I guess that's the goal. And I do have a challenge going on right now that if I miss any days of drawing, I have to run 5 miles on that day. And I was thinking of upping the ante a bit. Let me know what you guys think about this. I was thinking of having my friend at 400K, hit me with a stun gun for every day missed. So if I miss any days, I'm gonna let him stun gun me. So we'll see
Yeah,
about
and it's
that.
like one of those big ones that looks like a big fat flashlight. It's not like the little one.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but it's also not the like a taser. You know what I mean? Because then I could die. Yeah,
If he
not
dies, he dies.
not to disappoint you, but if yeah, but I'm not you. We're not getting. I'm not gonna let him. We're not buying a $200 taser, and we're the one where it, like, stabs the prong thingies into you, and yeah, we're not doing that one. I'm sorry, just because I do. That one could kill me. So, but the stun gun won't kill me. It'll just fucking be. It'll just hurt, and I think that's. I mean, come on, you guys don't want to see me get fucking stun gunned? Yeah, right.
So, give our channels, our socials a follow so you can see that when it happens.
Yeah. I don't plan on missing a day of art, so I kind of wanted to make the consequences easier to. Wanted it to be maybe I'll have like a set amount of times I get stunned, like, and maybe I'll get stunned either way at the end of it. But if I miss days, there's a multiplier, so it gets worse. That way the people can still see what they want. They can see my ass get stun gunned.
So they can see your ass.
Yeah, so I can see my ass. That's gonna be exclusive. I mean, it seems to work for cold ones. Chad's ass seems to make them a lot of money. So we're still determining the roles on the podcast. Whose ass will make us the money? We'll see. No,
With that 5 miles of running, I think it's your ass.
Oh God, my juicy buttocks.
Your God-given buttocks.
Yeah, they did. If there's a motherfucking God, he didn't give me much, but he did give me that. He did give me that fucking cake.
And we can show my feet.
Yeah, motherfucker really shorted me on a lot of things, but he was like, yeah, we'll give him juicy lips and cake.
What are you drawing over there?
I don't know. I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that like new. He was like a teleporty ink guy. He was like, it's one of the new villains. He has like these weird portals that he goes through, and he's got like his face is kind of what is that guy, Rorschach?
Rorschach.
Yeah, Rorschach. It's kind of like a
ink blot.
Yeah, the ink blot stuff. He kind of has that going on, and was just kind of. And then I like it because he goes through his portals. So I was thinking of drawing like him going, maybe hand going through one of the portals, and then it comes out over here.
Next time, let's do Doc Ock Sonas.
Yeah.
Our own alternate universe Doc Ocks.
Oh, that'd be sick. Try not to go over your street lamp stuff. Yeah, that. Don't really remember what he looks like. I'm just kind of going off of memory. I think he's just like white and has a bunch of like spots that are portals. Pretty sweet villain. Dope.
I mean,
I
this
think
is
it's pretty.
looking like a pretty complete art piece.
Yeah, I think this shit's pretty done. I dig this. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for coming in. To any of you who are watching, I really appreciate you. Thanks for giving us a chance. Let us know any critique you have for the podcast, whatever. You don't have to spare our feelings. But I appreciate you. This is Two Guys, One Canvas. I'm Bright Paints.
I'm 400K, and adios.